The ocean. Such a vast, wondrous environment. A wild, fascinating place. It can be so generous, giving, peace-bringing. But at times, it can also be so unforgiving and uncontrollable. But no matter where in the oceans of this world, there are creatures, so many of them, of such different shape, size, color, and from very different classes of the animal kingdom. What they all have in common, though, is that they have all evolved over millions of years to withstand or even benefit from the conditions of the sea. Their bodies have established amazing adaptations to the marine environment, and they have developed such fascinating life strategies for foraging, reproduction, or simply the sheer survival in harsh environments, such as the icy polar regions or rough seas. When you hear all this, the ocean seems invincible. These animals seem invincible too. But are they really? Undoubtedly, they have become one with their environment, the ocean, forming an interdependent relationship with it, each contributing a critical key function within their ecosystem. They depend so much on the balance in these systems, but through anthropogenic impact, the balance is shifting progressively faster, day by day, undeniably. Thus, the well-being of the ocean and these animals, in fact, is quite vulnerable. This past year, I have learned so much about the ocean, and I have been lucky enough to experience so many fascinating species of animals in person. I have seen them demonstrate incredible performances, but I have also realized how vulnerable they and the balance in the ocean environment actually is. But let's start from the beginning. My name is Hildebrandt. I'm a passionate scuba diver, quite an animal lover, and a veterinary medicine student by heart. I've always been very curious about the ocean environment, especially since I split the surface and took my first breath underwater. That was in 2013 in New Zealand, where I learned diving through a school program called the Marine Academy, while an exchange year at high school abroad. What has always fascinated me the most, though, was the marine megafauna and how well these animals have adapted to their environment. Simultaneously, I started wondering, though, how these animals would cope with the increasing challenges they face nowadays. Always having wanted to be a veterinarian, I started wondering also if there was a way to combine these two passions professionally in the future for myself. And that was when I was given the incredible and life-changing opportunity to represent the Our World Underwater Scholarship Society as the 2019 European Rolex Scholar. In the last year, I have been given the incredible chance to explore my deepest interests while traveling to and diving on all 7 continents and 16 countries in total. It truly has been a journey of self-discovery. I have been seeking an exposure to familiar as well as formerly unknown fields in the underwater realm, in order to find where I would fit in as a puzzle piece, and to be able to set a clearer bearing for the future. all with a strong passion for animals in my heart, and a basic principle in my mind. There's one connected ocean. There is one health, and we all depend on it. The broadest realization I have had throughout the last 12 months is that there are indeed so many different fields out there that in the end contribute to the advancement of aquatic animals' well-being. There are so many incredibly dedicated people out there, each contributing a part towards this same goal. And I feel so grateful to have had the opportunity to get to know them and to even work with them. People who have been showing and sharing their passions with me every day, and people who have inspired me deeply. First and foremost, of course, it was my primary goal to visit a number of outstanding institutions in the field of aquatic animal medicine, rescue and rehabilitation. Throughout the last year, I have been able to work alongside and shadow leading veterinarians in this field, in 8 different rescue centers and aquariums with rescue programs. While doing so, I have developed a large amount of valuable new knowledge, as well as practical skills in the handling, diagnostics, medicine, and rehabilitation of one reptile, one bird, one cetacean, one mustelid, and numerous pinniped and shark species. While working with these institutions, I also realized that especially charismatic marine megafauna has the strong ability to wake emotions and sympathy. By educating the general public about these animals, and by openly communicating about the threats they face, as well as critical rescue and rehabilitation efforts, which need to be undertaken in the centers, there's a great potential to inspire change in these people. I, at least, have had my eyes opened on many occasions, and my aspiration for a career in this field has truly grown exponentially throughout the year. Secondly, I have been able to learn from and assist marine researchers who document the current state of populations or who strive to learn more about the physiology and ecology of aquatic fauna, in order to reveal the long-term impact that humans have on these precious organisms. While I have built important skills in the research avenue, I have also realized that the findings of these researchers go a long way and have the strong potential to eventually help drive forward the adequate protection of such marine species through the establishment of marine protected areas, the protection of the species itself, or through regulations in fisheries or other marine-related industries. Thirdly, I have discovered how powerful of a tool underwater imagery can be for the conservation of aquatic species by involving and inspiring those who don't have the chance to experience the underwater realm for themselves. By having had the chance to join and get exceptional instruction from leading underwater photographers and videographers throughout the last year, I have been able to practice and use newly learned skills in underwater media to communicate the science and work I was able to be of help in, as well as to share my fascination for the aquatic world in general. Lastly, while having been able to assist and learn firsthand from different responsible dive and wildlife tourism operations, I have witnessed the enthusiasm it sparks, and followingly the change it can make in people's minds, to experience up close the preciousness of the underwater environment. I have realized how important of a role these operations play in driving forward the understanding and appreciation of marine megafauna, and how much stronger of a connection it allows people to build when being educated about something that they have just seen in person. Throughout the year, because I have really learned to love seeing these emotions and realization in people's faces when being enabled to discover the wonders of the marine world firsthand, I have developed the wish to pursue the dive master and instructor certifications myself, to be able to add to this part of giving people something to take along as well. Only because I have been given the incredible chance to really improve my own dive skills by a tremendous amount throughout the year, diving in all sorts of environments and conditions. From diving in freezing waters, in overhead environments, low visibility and remote locations, I have eventually started to feel confident about my own diving enough so that it was a huge personal mental accomplishment for me turning into a scuba instructor next.
After all, it is to say that this past year of having been a Rolex scholar has truly given me much more to take along for my future than just a huge amount of knowledge and valuable skill sets in different marine-related fields and diving.
While having been gifted an even stronger enthusiasm about the underwater world, it has helped me realize even more that there is a strong connectivity between the marine fauna, the marine environment, and us humans. And thus, how important it is to protect the balance between these interdependent worlds. There's one ocean, there's one health after all. Nevertheless, above all, this year has gifted me the confidence that everybody, including myself, can contribute their part to a positive change. With all this in mind and so many new skills in my pocket, I believe I can courageously pursue whatever path my future will lead me onto. It will surely take months, maybe even years, to realize in its full extent how incredibly much this year has given to me. Finally, there's nothing else left to say than a heartfelt thank you to Rolex and the Our World Underwater Scholarship Society for this incredible chance. Words cannot express how grateful I am. Thank you also to all the amazing hosts who have shared their passions with me and taught me such important skills and lessons. Your generosity has truly inspired me deeply. And, of course, thank you to the awesome sponsors who have equipped me with the gear without which all these experiences wouldn't have been possible.